Hi, my name is Angelani. I'm CEO of Cognizant Softvision. So there's been so much talk about innovation and digital transformation. A lot of talk, very little evidence. A lot of money spent, not very measurable results. So we decided to do something more pragmatic. We wrote a book based on our experiences of successful transformations, having the opportunity through Softvision to really see multiple industries and look at and work with multiple programs. And we came to the realization that something more pragmatic and kind of down to earth was needed. But what I'd like to talk to you today is about three aspects of a digitally transformed company and what that means. Now, do you know how much money it's spent in these programs? About 2 trillion estimated. Do you know how much ROI? There's no record of that. So, what could be the challenge and the problem? Some say, well, it's resources constraint, the talent is not there or scarce. There could be the culture. We could also, lots talk about the failure in the plan or not having a clear digital strategy around just starting to build things that then fail. Also, it could be organizational structure, like, instead of helping the flow and agility, prevent the flow and, make these programs take forever or just, really stop right in the middle. So the CFO then has to write them off. And I really could go on. In most cases, digital transformations are conceived as one program that has one beginning and an end. And the reality is that innovation, digital transformation is continuous. The company needs to constantly reinvent itself. So it needs to have a compound of attributes and cultural values that promote that without obviously running out of money and preventing a situation where it's all cash burn, and no results. So the ability to operate in a continuous program requires some set of attributes, some pragmatism to validate constantly what we're doing, test with real users, turn it around and reinvest or not invest. So we talked about 3 critical aspects. Which are these 3 critical aspects to kind of start this conversation? So the team culture must be one built for this, must be compatible. So the right team to innovate, see projects through rapidly and successfully are those teams that act in an agile, almost startup-like ways. They approach innovation, no questions asked, and they define opportunities. They prototype testable solutions, and they validate with the same users they designed for. They build using opportunistic technologies and passionate expertise. They're cross-functional, big on communication, and problem-solving powerhouses. In short, your team has to function in scalable agile ways. They need to be able to recognize, plan for, and act on opportunities regularly. Like I said, it's a never-ending journey. Second, you need to have the skills. This is obvious, but not so obvious in my experience. I dream of the day that large corporations stop trying to use headhunting as a solution or their sole solution and instead start delivery model shopping instead. Yes, delivery model shopping instead of headhunting. It's not as conventional, but plugging in a team of the right cross-functional talent and a delivery model to execute has far better results than plugging in individual hires. It's a known fact that engineering talent retention is a major challenge for large organizations. But think bigger. Hiring individual players only adopts them into your current system. They are tasked with your project as agile or not as agile as you are, and not as a part of a larger community of thought leaders. Both the model and the talent may become success pinch points. A truly non-native but digitally transformed company is backed by smart engineering partnerships that drive growth. Through continuous innovation, they drive it forward. These partners act as team members but bring a larger ecosystem of peers and operations to support your business. Most importantly, they must bring a DNA that helps your culture, helps the team move forward. Third, your company needs to find an innovation pursuit strategy that proves the business case, realizes those outcomes. So let's talk startups again. Those startups that shake up well-defined industries do one thing uniquely well. They take a risk and are handsomely rewarded. but obviously hundreds of similar startups may have failed before them. It's severe confirmation bias to think that startups are better suited to win. What can we learn from these myriad failures and one-off successes? Well, some things work and others don't. What makes these successful startups win is a combination of talent, resources, timing, and a better, hopefully validated and improved upon idea. Large enterprises are learning from this lesson. The more validation that your company is prepared to operationalize and the better business case that can be made, the more actively focused on continual innovation you can be. You see, by transforming to a digital company and building an agile-minded engineering culture into your product team, validation processes should be actually institutionalized. Product ideas are validated or rejected by test audiences regularly, and business results, what we call outcomes growth, always guide decision making. So, like I said, innovation is an endless pursuit. In the end, the doors that will open from this mentality will help you realize growth faster and with mitigated risk. I recently completed my book, Transforming While Performing. In this book, what we wanted to do is, again, it's a practical guide. We talk about design thinking, we talk about talent, we talk about cross-functional teams, how to reward them, how to motivate them, how to build this culture of digital innovation. But we did it with sort of a foundation of this ongoing and validation that needs to happen to really make innovation scale and make innovation hit the bottom line and hit your market positioning.